Welcome back to Coffee with Crainer. This is episode 94. I'm with Goran Todorovic. You've seen him on the radio. You've heard of him. He has over 30 years of experience in real estate as an agent, broker, entrepreneur, and many other things. Today, we're going to be talking about creating a future in real estate. And Goran, so excited to have you on for my 94th episode.
Thank you for having me, brother. Thank you very much. I'm honored to be here. I've watched and listened to your other episodes, and you bring good value to the business world.
Thank you. And I'm excited to hear your insights to business. And before we get into the nitty gritty of everything, I just wanted to ask, where in Windsor, Essex, would you grab a cup of coffee? Do you drink coffee at all?
Yeah, I drink coffee. I have a daily ritual, if you will. I just stop by the local Starbucks in my area. Get an espresso, see some people. It's always a good place to start the day, wherever you go. And by the way, I also love, recently I've been to a new coffee shop called Kava. It's on Malden Road. They opened up in that plaza. The coffee is really good there. But yeah, a little coffee, a little boost in the morning is always good.
Absolutely. And I imagine you have a busy schedule. You have a lot of agents working underneath you. And your day is probably extremely packed, 12 hours, You're always up.
I'm always up, and I'm up early in the morning. And I'm proud to say to this day, I'm probably one of the first to be in the morning before 8 o'clock. And many times I'm last to leave. But that's part of our life.
Yes, absolutely. To jump into our first real estate question, obviously there's many peaks and valleys in real estate, and we're seeing the market changing right now, heading into the winter months and into the new year. What would be your advice to an agent, whether on your team or somewhere else? How do they remain successful during these ups and downs in real estate that take place?
Well, the very first question is, and what's most important is, you need to have a foundation of knowledge, right? The foundation of knowledge. So competence is important. But confidence and confidence goes hand in hand. You become confident once you know what you're doing, right? So that they work together. So competence, confidence, and consistency. Being committed to the task at hand. Mm-hmm. The best thing about our business is also the worst thing about our business. And it's, you have all day to do something or do nothing. Mm-hmm. And I make the statement a lot: are you here to do something or something to do, right? Because a lot of agents, unfortunately, they just go in the office just to do something. Mm-hmm. And while they're there, not much gets done. It's different here. We work and train and mentor, and we make sure that the needle moves on a daily basis.
And that going off of what you said, that period where an agent's not selling, the market's slow, houses aren't selling as fast. What can they do, I guess, during that downtime to really set themselves apart?
Well, we don't have that problem here at our office because we have a consistent flow of leads.
Yeah,
I've been doing this my 34th year in real estate, and all these leads that come in, I don't take any leads, right? They all go to the agents. So we don't never have that problem. But if an agent was slow and not as productive as they should be, I would say to them, go back to your basics. Why did you get into real estate, and who do you know? And when I say who do you know, it doesn't matter if they're buying or selling real estate. Connect with them, whether it's at the coffee shop, whether it's a favorite restaurant or the place you go bowling or the gym you work out. Go to places where people know you, interact with them. And I guarantee you, ask them how they're doing. How are things in their life? And they're going to automatically ask you, what's happening in your life? How are things going? And real estate always comes up, right? Especially now, more now than ever. What has happened in the last 5 to 6 years? The real estate market went like this. It went from 168 being the average sale price to over 700,000. Right now, we're in the 500 range. So the market dipped a little bit. But why did it dip? Interest rates. So it's a great conversation piece that many people want to talk about. So enter the conversation that's already in their head and that's real estate. But there's many ways to stay busy in our business. Those who want to stay busy, there is no slow time. There is no slow time. Our biggest gains, our biggest, when we move the needle the most, 2007, 2008, when people were in gloom and doom, and I guess there was a recession. We don't know because we didn't pay attention. We didn't watch the doom and gloom on the TV. We just concentrated on our work and concentrated on our clients. So we never have a problem with slow period.
Now, for an agent that's out of town, they're moving into Windsor, Essex. Let's say they sold in the GTA, and now they're wanting to sell in Windsor, Essex. How do they? I guess what would be the first piece of advice you'd give to that individual on how they could really build a foundation? Because it is tough if you don't have any I guess pre-existing connections in the area.
Yeah. Well, it comes back to mentorship, training, being involved with the agents. Look, loyalty is a two-way street, right? Many people want agents to work with them, and they want the agents to be loyal to them, but yet they're not providing anything for them, right? So when I say provide good value, provide good training, good mentorship. If there's any questions to be asked, that you're there. If you're not there, you have a manager there that's there for them, right? And but mindset is everything. Mindset is everything. So keeping that mindset strong on a daily basis and keeping them encouraged, because in this business, there's ups and downs. When it rains, it pours. And when there's a drought, there is a drought, right? But it's those peaks and valleys that we have to come overcome. So what I say is look for a company where they care about you, where they truly care about you, that you're just not a number for them. Well, unfortunately, some brokerages out there are set up like a landlord and tenant system. The landlord is the broker, the tenant is the agent, and whatever they sell, they sell. Sometimes the brokers don't care as long as they get their monthly rent check, right? Or every time they press the photocopier, it's 39 cents a copy. We work differently here. We care, and we truly care about our agent success. And, I get a kick out of it, to be honest, where last year, it's happened quite a few times, but one particular time, I was just pulling into the parking lot after a late day, and I saw one of my agents getting in her car, and she was crying, and kind of noticed it, and I said, "Everything okay?" And she says, "Yeah." And she came over and gives me a big hug, and she says, "Goran, these are tears of joy." And I said, "Okay, tears of joy. I like tears of joy." "Everything good?" She goes, "Yeah." She says, "Yeah, I'm able to do things that I would never dream of doing. I'm able to put my child in the Montessori that I never thought I could before. I made more money this month than I did 2 years working in my other job." That's my why. This is, and my heart's just pumping of excitement for them.
Yeah. And I just adding on to that a little bit, what at Team Goran, in that specific example, that individual working at another place where she was unhappy, wasn't able to pay the bills. What is Team Goran doing differently to really make it a place for agents to succeed when they're selling their home, but also, in their personal life as well?
I'm glad you asked that question. So remember I said earlier, are you here to do something or something to do? The best thing about our business is also the worst thing about our business. Yeah. So let me share something with you, which is shocking across the real estate board industry. Shocking. Not only in the Windsor area, across North America. I speak and network with top agents across North America, across the world to be exact. But every morning at 9 a.m., we have a Zoom with all the agents every morning. And so, by the way, when they come on the Zoom, everybody's dressed professionally. Nobody's doing their makeup, eating breakfast, or any of that stuff, right? The cameras are on, and we have a meeting every Monday to Friday at 9 a.m. Monday to Friday at 9 a.m. Now, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have different topics of discussion. We have different agendas, different things. But at the end of the day, we start off looking for wins. Give me a personal win, give me a business win, right? And we started this, by the way, during COVID. When COVID hit, everybody was lost. There was no leadership. Everybody was, down and out. We started with that wins then. Then the wins would be something simple like, I cut my grass today. I took a shower. If you remember, during COVID times, everything was shut down, right? Obviously, we've evolved in that. And, I get excited on Monday, for example, we had a meeting and one of my agents said they sold 3 houses. Another one sold 4 houses. I mean, are you kidding me? And then we get into what troubles are you having? But before we do that, we talk about listings and buyers. We have thousands of buyers in our data bank, thousands of buyers looking to buy, right? So we have a new listings come. It's like the dating game. I need this, I want this, and they mesh, right? They come together.
Yeah.
So we talk about that. We talk about mindset. We talk about what problems are they having, what issues are they having, because the issues that they might be having are other issues. Other people on the same team have the same issues, same dilemmas, right? We make sure everything is done properly. We make sure that the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. This way, the agent and the buyer and seller, once the deal comes together, that they do have a strong deal that's put in place. But we coach and teach and mentor them to be the very best that they can be. That's one of the major differences. In addition to that, all my 30 plus years of real estate, we generate a ton of leads, a ton of opportunities for our agents to deal with buyers and sellers, and they're passed down to them.
That's excellent to hear, and all the passion that you're putting into the business, and it really, it leads on to the agents themselves, the work that they do in the field, because without that strong work culture at the office, when they're at their desk, it will affect their performance when they're selling at home. If you could coach yourself when you first started over 30 years ago, what would you say to little Goran?
Wow. Well, there's lots I would say to little Goran. There's many mistakes that I've made to get to where I'm at, right? One of the things that I would tell little Goran would be to be more financially smart. Maybe take some courses when it comes to finances. So I started when I was 20 years of age, right out of high school. My parents were not in the business world. My parents worked in the factory, so I didn't have the guidance that I see to my agents all the time. Oh my Lord, I wish I had me as you guys have me. I wish I had somebody like me to put me through, to help me and guide me through the ropes. I didn't have that, right? But I have no regrets. I look back on things that I've done, and I've learned my way through a lot of avenues and opportunities. But definitely, I wouldn't have got into real estate unless I went to university and got a degree. And I look at my children now, and there's some aspirations of them possibly looking into it. I mean, I have young kids. I have a 16-year-old, 12-year-old, and a 10-year-old daughter, 2 boys and a daughter. But university degree, knowledge, education is key. And I would, and I know younger Goran when he was 20, that he was headstrong as he is now. But I would make sure that he takes some night courses and be more aligned in the business world than he was when he was younger.
Yeah, it's tough to jump in at 20 years old as an agent, right?
Correct. Well, you're young. I remember when I got into real estate, I had a mustache. I was a little chubbier, chunkier then, and I wanted to perceive myself as older. So I wore a suit and tie every day. Every day I was dressed in a suit and tie. Didn't have a lot of suits and ties and shirts, but they were always clean. And I lived at home. My mommy did the washing. Mommy, if you're listening, I love you. Thank you. But I want to make sure that I always look clean and I'm presentable, right? Because we know people won't believe the message unless they believe the messenger. And what does the messenger look like? Is he wearing shorts and flip-flops and you're a realtor? Come on, you can do better than this, right? So the message coming from the messenger has to be believable, and the messenger has to play the part.
Yes, 100%. I just want to flip the switch a little bit to marketing, just because it's something I'm interested in. So during the pandemic and before that, you jump on the radio or wherever. I swear I heard Goran everywhere. You know, your marketing's everywhere. You're on bus stops. You're on the news. Your ads on social media and stuff like that. Obviously, marketing is an important part of your business.
Absolutely. Listen, it's simple. Marketing creates more demand, and demand puts more money in the client's pocket, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have a team. We have a team of 8 people, marketing team of 8 people.
Yeah.
So my whole marketing, there's 8 people in my marketing department, and that's all they focus on is marketing, right? Because again, it's all about the marketing. Especially now, when times churn the way they've churned, the real estate market isn't as hot as it was. What's the first thing people do? Cut back on the marketing, cut back on the advertising. We stepped on it. We've actually tripled what we're doing. SEO, search engine optimization, I doubled it beginning of the year, and I just increased it by 30% on Friday. And my SEO says, you're a smart man, Goran. People across the nation are cutting back. You're not. But how can you cut back when you see the numbers? When he says, our reach is X amount more than it was, and this is facts. And then I say to him, well, what's the competition doing? And he looks and he says, there's not even a blimp on the screen. Because unfortunately, some of my competition doesn't want to spend money on SEO because they feel the business is easy. The other thing is many feel that it's the agent's job to spend money. See, this is the one thing I had a problem with. You're expecting an agent as a broker owner, a broker of record. They're expecting the agent to advertise their company, the company's phone number, and do all that stuff to get some opportunities, but yet the broker owner is not helping them out. Why? If the brand is so strong as some say they are, why isn't there a ton of leads coming in like we have here? We have the leads, and I spend the money on advertising the brand and the company and the image. This is where the leads come in. We just funnel them down to my agents.
Gotcha.
That's a winning strategy, not the other way around. The other way around is holding the agent hostage to advertise your company. Well, it's your company. You should be the one advertising it, as far as I'm concerned. Build the quality leads and the opportunities for the agents to work on, because at the end of the day, it's my company. So I should be the one building opportunities and giving them.
Yeah, it's your name, your brand on the line, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And the marketing is massive, and it cannot be like, yeah, we're on billboards and bus shelters, and I think we're on all the radio stations locally, plus Chatham, TV. I can go on and on and on. But it's the things that you see that gets us business, but it's the things that you don't see that bring us business in, right? It's our online presence. They say 97% of the people start their search on the internet first. They start the search online looking for homes. That's where we need to be. I think Wayne Gretzky, and by the way, I'm not a hockey guy, so I'm probably going to screw up this quote, but I think Wayne Gretzky said it best one time when he said, I don't go where the hockey puck was, I go where it's going to be. Right? So we go where the clients are. We entered the conversation that's already in their head about buying or selling real estate before they even ask that question. And it's all done through marketing.
Yes, a huge component. And I know we're coming up on time here. I just wanted to ask you one last question, and we'll wrap it up here. I really appreciate your time. What's next for Team Goran? You mentioned increasing your marketing, and your team's obviously growing. Where are you looking to take the company in the future?
Well, we're very happy with the agents that we have. We're very tight. We're very we're very much like a family. We're very strong. We're very tight knit. I see. My mind has never deviated from this. My goal is to build a unique force of top level agents where others envy to be. Well trained, well equipped, and know what they're doing to get top dollar for our clients. And that's the winning strategy. We already have, we get calls on a daily basis of individuals who want to join us. Not everybody's Team Goran caliber, right? We don't interview once. Majority of my competition, unfortunately, if you can walk up to a mirror and you make a mark in that mirror, you're qualified. Not with us. We interview a minimum of 3 to 5 times before we want to make sure you're a good fit for us and we're a good fit for you.
It's like, yeah, it's not easy to jump on Team Goran, is what I'm hearing.
No, but once you're here, you can sit back and relax. You got to work, but success is upon you. Success is at your doorsteps. All you have to do is open the door.
Awesome. Happy to hear that. And Gord, seriously, thanks for making the time. I know you're extremely busy and have a big business to run on your end. So I just appreciate the insights you provided to those looking to enter the real estate industry and any type of job that's in the industry available to them. And well, I guess if they're looking for an opportunity, maybe they'll go knocking on your door, Goran.
Lyndon, thank you very much for the opportunity. It's been an honor to be interviewed by you, and I've heard, like I said, many other interviews that you've done. Thank you, and to the realtors listening out there, if you're looking for a change and a real change, opportunity to make a change in your life and your family's life, call me. I guarantee you won't be disappointed.
Awesome. Thanks, Goran. Thanks everyone for watching.